Hello? Hi, it's me, CryptoClick. Yeah, I notice you're trading on crypto exchanges, but without any benefits at all? That's madness. You know, I've been made an affiliate partner with pretty much every exchange out there, so if you want to get some benefits, you might as well set up exchanges with the links that I've got in the video description or in my Telegram and Discord. You can get welcome bonuses for signing up, or even better, up to 20% off all your trading fees for life. Yeah, I know, what a treat. So next time you fancy setting up an exchange, use some of the links that I've got in my video description, because otherwise you're mugging yourself off. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have another look at the old ICP situation, shall we? So first of all, we've got this incoming golden cross on this 4 hourly, which is, you know, strengthening of trend. It's not happened yet. We've got to wait for it to happen, so it hasn't happened yet. If we think about this on a formation basis, we've broken out of this. I suppose it's a fall-in wedge or a fall-in channel, which again is bullish formation. So we've got a bullish cross, effectively, you know, to take place in the next. Within the next 36 minutes or so, as long as we can hold above $6.30. So a lot can happen, obviously, throughout that period. We've broken out of a falling wedge, which is fine as well. Outside of that, though, we'll move it to the 12 hourly. From what I remember, there was a signal or brewing, if not already. But not on this one. No, this is on the Bitcoin pair. So yeah, the Bitcoin pair is still in play. We've got the conversion baseline, a continuation of a trend signal. Again, you know, we're battling with this 200 exponential moving average, about 325 sats, and once that's broken, should allow for us to move up to the next major area. Top target on this run would be well, not top target as far as the trend is concerned, but a big push up could take us to about 400 sats. And if we think about what that would be on a daily, just to see some kind of confluence to that, there's nothing really going on here actually on the daily. But what we would see if we were to close a candle body of that size is we'd get a pump. Yeah, so it's kind of it's all very much the same situation as we were talking about before. So looking to close any candle bodies above this, what this cloud would be, so about 370 sats. So obviously the 400 sats zone would cause a pump, and that pump could easily take us up towards the 500 sat zone. It sounds like very hopium-ish, really, and I completely understand it because it is ICP at the end of the day, but it's been on a nice little run recently, and now it's actually forming strength. So with that in mind, there's no reason why it couldn't do that on its sats anyway. We've seen quite a few things actually do that recently. Over the last couple of weeks of the live streams, from the ones I remember, there was BAT, the basic attention token, that did 100% from the bottom to the top a couple of weeks ago versus its Bitcoin pair. So I don't know what's going on over there, but you know, when you look at these charts, you have to take them on face value, despite what Bitcoin's you know, wanting to do or not doing, should we say. So this is a strong looking setup really on the daily for its Bitcoin pair. Let's have a look at the daily with its Tether pair. Yeah, it's pretty crap, isn't it, when you look at it like that. The strength is continuing though, so the RSI is basically matching price action, so there's nothing really to be concerned of there. Let's put it on log scale, shall we? The money flow index is creeping up. We're also crossing over the 0 point for the MACD. So this is all bullish momentum really sort of brewing and simmering, and honestly it looks as though we could revisit that 740 again, and if we did break 740, the next major areas would be about 820 to maybe as much as into the nines, really the lower $9 zone. So it does sound very much like hopium, and I completely get it, especially when you think about the video that I made earlier on today about Bitcoin being in a bit of a almost a 50-50, breaking out or breaking down from this channel that it's in. We've got a cupping handle formation, which is bullish. We also have an inverse cupping handle formation, which is bearish. So effectively what we're looking to see is breaking out of a range, either 21,000, we'll call it 21,800 to the up, should have continuation into the mid 23s, or a breakdown between 19 and especially 18 would definitely have continuation down into the mid-teens. So with all of that in mind, you do have to take all these altcoin setups with a degree of skepticism, but they are what they are, and you know, a good setup is a good setup. We saw this yesterday with Matic. We see it all the time actually. So it is scary, and I wouldn't suggest you put all your life savings into it. And to be honest with you, with ICP, if you've not got in at the lower levels anyway, you might be tempting fate, but it does look like it's ready for a move, and I do really favour the way it looks. Let's just bring it back to the 4-hourly here. So the 4-hourly, nothing really to be concerned over. You can see the golden cross over here, classic retest. This is where we made a video about, is this going to hold? It went down a little low and then managed to reclaim it, and then up and up and up we go. So for those who know formations as well, I mean, this looks like a classic bull flag as well. And that's basically what we've got going on here for ICP. So a bull flag on its Bitcoin pair for its 4-hourly. Again, 4-hourly is not going to yield, all-time highs, but it would help the continuation, which is like a domino effect. So we've already seen a continuation of a trend formation on the 12-hourly. We've got a bull flag here on the 4-hourly, and the dailies are pretty much non-events. However, if we were able to close candle bodies which would allow for the Chiku span to close above 370 sats, then yeah, that would form a pump signal on the daily, and so things like 500 sats wouldn't be out of the question. The only thing, again, which would go against all of this, which should be something to be concerned over, is the bearish divergence on the money flow index, and obviously the fact that the money flow index is actually quite high. So to expect it to go much higher than this is pretty unlikely. And if we did get up to 500 sats or close to it, I would expect a big pullback as far as that was concerned. A big pullback, maybe even back down and all the way back down to where it came from in classic ICP style. But there is a change of behaviour taking place ever so slightly on ICP on the shorter term time frames. And if we always like to revisit this as well. We've had bullish divergence on the RSI here on the weekly forever. So one day it will change its behavior. You know that, right? It will do it. One day it will do it. And this might end up being one of those charts that people look back on and say, wow, imagine getting back, imagine being in ICP down at those low levels. That's a bit of a hodl strategy. But I mean, as far as the TA is concerned, I mean, that is what it suggests, but we've been saying this all the way down, should I say, since we bought into it and scaled into it. But recently it's been quite good to do these little scalpy trades and could quite easily yield some more. So we'll see where it goes, but like I say, the long term actually looks quite good for this to turn around one day and actually start to reclaim all these lost zones. It seems unreasonable, but it's really not. It's really not. But obviously we are in the midst of a bear market. However, some coins do respond well in bear markets. I remember Chainlink back in the last bear market. Not that I was playing it, but looking back in hindsight, it outperformed Bitcoin the entire time. It was loving it, and then went into the bull market, loving it again. It was like one of the shining stars of the early stages of the last bull market because it was such a good performer in the bear market. So, looking at this just very briefly on the weekly, and it's not like anything that we could be exactly perfectly sure of, but there is a trend line formed on the log scale, and again, these sort of formations, they are continuing down until proven otherwise. This moves us to about 379 sats, which is just above the channel that I've just crudely drawn in there. 379 sats is that's your weekly 21 exponential moving average. Just have a look where the Bollinger Band is. So the Bollinger Band has been tagged last week and it's about to get tagged again. That is within the channel. So a break above there, as much as it seems, like unrealistic, if it were to happen, this would be breaking a downwards channel like this, a descending channel that's been going on since the support took place October 2021. And this would really be a really big, massive change in behavior. Could easily start an uptrend that continues on bit by bit, month after month, and maybe going on throughout the rest of this bear market through into the bull market. Hopium, obviously, because we've not done it yet, but it's definitely something you should draw on your charts and keep an eye on, because if we do start to reclaim these zones and these areas, then that would be a significant change of behavior for ICP, and that would be something that you would look at this bullish divergence and go, all right, fine, we've got the breakout here of a giant descending channel. We've also got the continuation of the bullish divergence, which looks like it's going to play out. We've got plenty of room to move on the money flow index, like we're not even halfway up here. So the size of the move that could take place for ICP as the result of breaking out of a channel like this, and the Bollinger Band Center and the 21 exponential all on the weekly, would be big. It would be big. It would be targeting areas of this 50 exponential to start with, I would say. And that would be about 767 sats as we speak at the moment. But again, all of this is things that you should look out for, monitor, not harvest your kidneys and sell your children for, because again, we're looking for strength to continue to build and transpire onto the higher term timeframes which yield the biggest moves. I'm a big believer in ICP actually. I think it's one of those ones that's hidden in plain sight. Everybody like thinks it as a pile of crap, and it has performed obviously like a pile of crap. But it's not a scam coin. Everybody thinks it's a scam coin. I really don't see how that's appropriate to call ICP a scam coin with all the development that takes place and the infrastructure that they've built. It's definitely not a scam. I just think that the value of it doesn't reflect the technology. And my opinion is that the next bull market is going to be based around true value and regulation and effective blockchains. And we've got one right here. It's just it doesn't reflect the price. All these things that moon all the time, like, you know, that possibly don't warrant the price. You know, like Luna, for instance. What was all that about? Sol as well. You know, think about you match the differences between Sol and ICP. I mean, ICP is faster, it's cheaper. You know, it's never gone down. It's got a broader spectrum, a much bigger team. It's mad. It just doesn't have the buyers. That's all. That's the only problem. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there. Nice little bit of ICP hopium. Hopefully that'll take you through the weekend and pep you up a little bit. Otherwise, hope you have a nice day. Anyway, take it easy.